Jaga Sabah, satu gerakan ataupun movement yang menyatu padukan rakyat Sabah, tidak kira usia, agama serta bangsa.
KCS Podcast memberi fokus kepada knowledge-based lifestyle dengan penerapan informasi strategik secara santai terhadap rasa cinta kita kepada Sabah, negeri kesayangan semua.
Betul. Untuk kenali kami, bolehlah follow kami punya social media semuanya. Dan yang terkini kita ada Instagram baru. Ada satu Instagram kita yang kita ada, kita punya intern jugalah, berjalan-jalan, menemu ramah. Jadi kita mau tahu yang golongan yang lebih muda sikit. Apa nama tu, bos? Banyak cakap. Boleh follow dong di Instagram Banyak Cakap. Dan soon akan ada TikTok ataupun dorang akan berada di tempat kami jugalah.
Betul. Dan banyak dorang cakap.
So kita mau dorang jalan-jalan, tanya kamu juga nanti ya. Untuk menang ini baju, nanti kita cerita macam mana menang di baju. Bukan baju. Topi yang menarik. Ada beberapa orang sudah yang menang. Alright.
Let's go.
Kita jaga Sabah.
Sabah ini rumah kita, mari semua maju sangka. Bersama kita terus maju. Kita jaga Sabah dari laut biru hingga ke puncak Kinabalu. Kita jaga Sabah. Kita bangkit, ayo bangkit. Ayo semua tak kira Sabah, bersatu hati Sabah kita jaga. Ini rumah kita.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Ricardo.
Dan saya Kenny.
Kami dari siri Kita Jaga Sabah. Jadi siri ini adalah semakin trending sekarang, semakin menjadi movement. Kenapa?
Semakin menjadi-jadi.
Ya, sebab Sakinah punya posting
160k dan ke atas view.
170k.
70k sudah? 170k.
Coming to 170k
Gila lah.
views. And then dia sudah menyebabkan ramai menunggu-nunggu episod-episod seterusnya lah.
Which is ini good news lah.
Betul, good news.
Betul. Berita yang baik lah.
Sebab kita mau semua dapat menerima kita punya, orang bilang, apa yang kita cuba sampaikan ni kepada rakyat Sabah. Dan juga bagaimana kita meluahkan rasa cinta kita kepada negeri paling kita sayang ni, negeri di bawah bayu, Sabah. Aku mau tanya kau sebelum kita start ni. Kau pakai necktie kenapa?
Sebab color dia.
Oh, okay.
Color dia macam bendera Sabah. Dia terlampau.
Pandai jawab.
Saya suka negeri saya, Sabah.
Okay.
Nama baru dari kerja apa ni. So I look
kau
smart
bukan
today.
podcaster full time ke?
Full time.
Alright, good.
Tapi saya ada kerja lagi, side hustle.
Ini hari kita berbangga. Sebab kenapa? Aku kan kalau bercerita sama dia ni, ada sedikit segan lah.
Kenapa?
Ya, sebab dia an interviewer juga, bah.
So kita tengah interview and interviewer. Nanti dia interview balik lagi kita. So it's 3 prongs.
Mesti dia macam you shouldn't cut di sana, nanti mengganggu.
Jangan mau komen-komen gitu lagi ya.
But anyway, kita punya guest hari ini adalah guest yang orang bilang terkenal di Sabah dan juga di seanteronya. Kerana dia biasa nampak di formal punya majlis sebagai MC, host to a few, bukan nggak semestinya formal lah, tapi dia memang ada di mana-mana lah kalau MC punya scene.
He is everywhere.
He is everywhere. So dia ni I think can be our mentor juga. Because sangat fluent dan sangat curated cara dia bercakap.
Very articulated.
Dan jargon dia pun agak
bombastic,
fantastic. Kalau mana producer tinggi. So please welcome to studio once again. Kita ada Ben Uzair.
Welcome to the studio, Ben.
Kau tadi kau mau bercakap.
After that monologue, right?
Okay.
Saya rasa saya tidak layak sudah kena interview.
Aduh, jangan, bang.
But it's good to see you.
It's good to see you. How have you been?
Okay lah, busy dengan pelbagai kerja-kerja, emceeing, training, jaga gym. I own a gym in KK. And doing social media, that sort of thing. So the freelance life, the gigpreneur punya kehidupan ni, to me is been good for me. Good. Alhamdulillah. Syukur.
Are you liking it?
Of course. The best thing is you get to do this in Sabah.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that I'm very proud of. Selepas saya kembali dari luar negara, datang terus balik pergi Sabah, tidak cari kerja di KL, tidak cari kerja di mana-mana, terus balik ke sini untuk to give back. to contribute back dan
semula.
berkhidmat demi negeri tercinta kita. I don't say that because saya terpaksa ke apa, but no,
That's what how you felt.
I think for a lot of, especially a lot of Sabahans out there kan, yang keluar negara atau dia keluar ke negeri, sorry, rosak sudah saya baby. Keluar dari negeri tercinta kita untuk cari rezeki di negeri yang lain di Malaysia. I think there's always that yearning. Diorang ada kemahuan untuk kembali, untuk berkhidmat. So it's good that we cari pengalaman di luar, and then when we come back, we're stronger Sabahans, we're better Sabahans, so that we're able to contribute back and give back, and most importantly to give pendedahan lah sama kita punya belia-belia.
Great.
Assimilation of knowledge lah kan in Sabah.
Yes.
Before we go to this MC, because kita mau cerita pasal MC and how's the progress beberapa tahun dan sebagainya. I would like to, because you own a gym and everything. So how do you consider this? Like your full time kah atau macam mana?
I have a very macam mana mau cakap
side hustle.
I call myself a gigpreneur.
Okay.
So I don't have a gaji from a company per se. I don't work 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever schedule that you have.
Dream job lah.
I'm not complaining. Every single day is different. Every week is different. Every month is different. I have my busy months. I have my slow months. I have my so-so months that I can just say, marilah kita pergi cuti sekejap.
Okay.
That sort of
Alright.
thing. So I'm enjoying it. I'm not taking it for granted. But it comes with a lot of responsibility.
Okay.
Tidak boleh zaman busy, lepas tu masa kita tidak busy terus mau berbelanja ke. It's a lot of responsibility.
Alright.
You have bills to pay. You have responsibilities of your own. So you have to know how to manage your time, your schedule,
and your money,
and the finances as well. Yes, sangat-sangat penting, because tahulah macam saya selalu notice kan kita punya belia-belia sekarang, and I don't blame them for doing it, okay, because they want to be seen, they want to be heard. So one of those many ways that a lot of Sabahans like to do, wah, beli jam lah, beli kasut lah, beli anything lah, apalah and stuff like that. It's fine. It's your money. You know what to do with it. Tetapi just sitting down with a lot of, I work with a lot of youths, and sometimes they say macam bulan ni saya kering sudah, bulan ni minggu ni, macam there's always that phase that they go through. They have a lot in their bank account, and then tiba-tiba macam saya kering sudah. So it's like, what do you do with your finances? I want to know. What do you spend it with, and are you living with someone kah? You selalu pergi beli kopi yang mahal-mahal kah? Do you go somewhere kah? Apakah? So sometimes
you did ask.
I did ask.
Alright,
I mean we have to ask bluntly these things. Saya tidak mau dengar orang mengeluh saja.
Betul.
The thing is, there needs to be a solution to this problem, because if you macam berterusan saja kan, then it's going to be like you're running, you're like a rat running on a wheel all the time. So it has to be macam mesti ada solution kepada setiap masalah yang you ada. So if you're having a problem with finances, you need to sit down and look at your budget. You need to save. Itu yang paling satu nasihat yang saya selalu bagi sama kita punya belia-belia. Kena jimat duit. You have to put that 100 ringgit, 500 ringgit aside if you get any jobs.
It's the most difficult thing to do.
It is. I mean, I'm not a financial guru or anything like that. But one of the things that I was told by the elders is savings. Kena simpan. And saya ni umur 45 tahun sudah. I only have so many years left in my life. So
Hold on, you 45?
I am 45.
Wow, you look young.
Gosh.
Oh, seriously?
You don't look 45.
Saya tidak boleh belanja dia minum kan.
Ya, umur kalau kabut balik kan. Oh, no. Yes, okay.
Kenapa kini ketawa bila dia cakap band 45?
Yeah.
Because you look young.
Okay, acceptable.
Look very young. I thought you were in your late 30s actually.
Let me. Okay, let's go to this MC punya world. I want to ask, how have you been? Macam mana? Okay, not to in a brief lah saja cerita macam mana kau start doing yang kau rasa macam this can make money lah. This can be a progressive punya, work.
So it started 10 years ago. Exactly this month, 10 years ago.
Oh, really?
When I said no to a person that believed in me. So that person obviously was observing me for quite a while, and I do a lot of, shall we say, internal events in Jora Gym, Putatan, when I was running that business many years back. And every Sunday we would have this free Zumba class. And in the month of October, we will always host the individuals, our lovely ladies who are surviving breast cancer. And we have this party lah during the month of October, because October, Pinktober is the month that you commemorate those who are living with breast cancer. So we hosted Kinabalu Pink Ribbon, now known as Sabah Kinabalu Pink Ribbon, a great NGO based here in Sabah. They're doing very great work, and they're trying to get registered properly so that when we give funding to them, kita boleh dapat rebates and things like that tax wise. But anyways, the then president said, Ben, you need to MC our Mother's Day walk next year, which is 2015. So I was like, Puan Aja, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't know protocol, I don't know this, I don't know that. Kamu suruh saya MC depan 6,000 orang lagi di depan. I'm like, no, saya tidak mau buat. But dia balik suruh Ben, boleh lah. Ini bulan Oktober, November, December ni dia pergi kasih apa rest saya.
Every month push.
Sampailah New Year tu kan 2015. I had to kick myself in the head. I was like, kenapa Ben kau ni kasi cakap no saja sama seorang wanita yang sudah survive cancer, and kau berani lagi cakap no. So I had to like guilt trip myself, and I said, okay lah, let's do it. I gotta learn something. All right. So I learned something, and then
6,000 people.
6,000 people
that's a lot.
May 2015, and Alhamdulillah, after that exposure, a lot of things just snowballed from there.
Wow, you meant to do this.
Gosh.
Takdir lah.
You were planning on doing satu kali saja lah, kira
satu kali saja. It's just a one-off thing, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna help Puan Natra, if Puan Natra is watching, the then president of Kinabalu Pink Ribbon, a wonderful lady whom I adore, and I still volunteer for Kinabalu Pink Ribbon until this very day. Memang wajib sudah. You cannot forget your roots, right?
Yes, correct.
Tidak boleh kacang lupakan kulit, that sort of thing. So I volunteer, which means I take 0 cents from them, and I volunteer. This is my CSR every year for them. So yeah. Apa sudah soalan?
No, I was saying kau mau buat one off saja, and it became
so it's just a one off thing. 6,000 people after that event. I'm an introvert, right? You won't believe me, but I am an introvert.
Still don't believe.
After that event, saya terus tapuk dalam gua for like 1 bulan.
For the longest months lah.
Manchester United baru kalah kan. So itu perasaan kan. Saya cakap, okay, this is the same feeling as your favorite football team losing something. Even though I felt very happy at that moment. Okay, I did it. But no, this is like terrifying to me.
Meaning prior to this memang zero knowledge on MC.
Zero knowledge. I even said yang amat berhormat to the Toh Puan who was the patron. Sampai saya kena marah oleh Toh Puan was there because Toh Puan, the former spouse for the TYT, the consort that is, was the patron for Kinabalu Pink Ribbon at that time. So I think she laughed at me. You know how orang-orang atas bila kita tersalah cakap seperti memang dia orang ketawa punya tu, but itu orang-orang dia lah yang marah-marah. Kau ni Ben, marah me away please, because I am new in the scene, right? So if saya terpang, I mean you have to learn from your mistakes. That's the only way that you can be great at something, is to learn from your mistake. And I'm happy that I make those mistakes 10 years ago, because kau ingat ba terus, so boleh saya tercakap yang amat berhormat Toh Puan Datin Sri Panglima. Terus sana dia punya protokol punya yang amat berbahagia.
So the right way, how?
So oh my gosh, so the current TYT saya belum lagi ada chance untuk apa.
Can you try here?
So is Tuan Puan mengumumkan ketibaan yang amat berbahagia Toh Puan Datin Sri Panglima Datuk Faridatus Sin. Oh my gosh, and then
it's the continuity of it.
The continuous. Yes.
Ben is just giving you a taste of it.
10 years you've been into the industry. 10 years. What do you see the difference? Di Sabah ni lah. Di Sabah, what do you see the difference? MC 10 tahun dahulu dan sekarang?
I like that question because over the past 10 years, we have seen 3 chief ministers. Right.
Okay.
When I first started in 2015, it was then Tan Sri Musa Aman. All of us knew what happened in 2018, and that was Dato Sri Shafi Abdal. And then we know what happened in 2020. Our current Chief Minister, Dato Sri Panglima Haji Jibin Haji Noor. So 3 gentlemen with 3 different visions of Sabah. You know, I think I remember between the periods of 2015 to 2018, economy was really like booming at that time. Ini before COVID ni, this was before COVID and things like that. I remember digitalization was really important at that time. At that time in 2018, digitalization was very, very important, and I think the fruits of the labor of Tun Musa Aman came into fruition right now because masa dulu kan, you want to talk about sekarang kerajaan digitalisasi kerajaan, it's happening now. You know, if I
The fruits coming out now lah.
the fruits baru ada sekarang. Tidaklah sekarang like 2025, but this past few years it's really, really on.
Blooming lah kira.
It's booming. It's booming. You know, that's one of the little initiatives that I saw. Come to think of it kan, let's go back to COVID. I remember masa COVID, tiba-tiba state mau buat bantuan kepada semua orang, orang-orang B40, that sort of thing. Because a person that I know who's very close to me works in one of the agencies that was required to bangunkan the software and also the website.
I see.
So that people can go and register, people can I mean, you have people behind the scenes working day and night for the people during that time. And talent is here. Dulu you want to talk about 2015, 2016 kan?
It's
You
not
want to talk
there.
about it wasn't there, but now
Di luar negeri.
our dulu kita punya youths kan sekarang sudah dalam dunia pekerjaan. They can do things macam begini.
AI
we have
and stuff.
AI now. AI was not even a buzzword in 2015, 2016.
ChatGPT and stuff.
Exactly. So there's a lot of changes with that. I also noticed with a lot of events that I did for over the past 10 years, kita selalu sign memorandum of understandings. Now memorandum of understandings, I don't want to say it's nothing ke apa-apa, but at least kan, our government for over the past 10 years, no matter who they were, we love coordinating and also finding out how to do things with the private sector. This is very important. Kalau kita G to G saja kan, government to government saja kan, macam bosan. But it's nice to see when government always works hand in hand with the public sector. You know, because public sector dia orang punya kepala otak lain macam, government lain macam. But cuba gabungkan ni dua. I mean, you want to bangunkan Sabah, you want Sabah to be more than maju and more than jaya. You have, everybody has to work together. You see collaborations now, which is amazing. You know, dulu tidaklah seberapa banyak.
Tidak nampak sangat.
Tidak seberapa nampak sangat. But now government is very open to working together with swasta much more.
Alright.
And not just swasta tempatan, swasta
Luar negeri.
luar negara, international. Under our current administration, I mean, we're seeing if you look at the graph lah, ini fakta from the past chief ministers. Musa Aman begini, Tun Musa Aman begini, Shafi Abdal begini, and then Dato Sri Haji begitu, because a lot of investment in oil and gas. I've been the MC for many of those events.
Yes, and you should. Of course, you will study, kan?
Yeah, I
have to.
We have to. You know, I will not go to an event yang macam okay begini.
Main hentam.
Tiada main hentam. Tiada istilah main goreng when it comes to all these things. You have to do your homework. You have to baca. I'm not even an oil and gas person. I know a lot of things about oil and gas right now. You know, even though it's not an industry that I have any affinity with, but yang macam okay, kita tahu pasal the oil and gas park in Spitang, SLGDC, and right now we have E-Steel over there. We have another company based in the UK who's also making investments. So memang banyak lah that sort of thing.
Wow, that's a lot.
So within that 10 years, I would say we are doing a lot, but people need to understand, in order to see the fruits of the labor, we have to be patient.
Okay. How about you've been doing government punya job juga, MC job, and as well swasta punya job juga as well at the same time. how often do you like dapat opportunity from these GLCs punya company giving you a chance to be the MC ataupun dorang ni mencari MC yang mungkin local di Sabah?
I must say that a lot of our state government decision making when it comes to events is all our civil service. They're very hardworking people.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know this, but majority of them, anyone that I have dealt with, they're very hardworking people. All right. GLCs, their chairmans will come and go, but at the end of the day, it's the management that always will make decisions for events. And I can assure you right now, diorang sangat-sangat pentingkan local. Alright. So kalau dari sudut pihak kerajaan, of course lah ada diorang punya internal MCs. Tetapi kalau diorang perlukan MC yang petah cakap English, I will always be at the list.
At the list.
First in the list.
The first in the list. But again, this doesn't happen overnight. 10 years of toiling, blood, sweat and tears, that sort of thing, and there's competition out there. There's much more competition now than before. And then GLCs, I can say that it's not just MCs, talent, like they look for penari-penari untuk diorang punya hiburan, nyanyian.
Looking for talent.
They always look for locals. And I can also say that there is funds for them to spend, that they can bring a local talent, Sabahan that is based in KL, fly them over, special occasions lah, of course. So that's how government can
Giving a
usually
chance.
support
Okay,
to the creative industry.
That is good. I'm gonna ask more the MC punya. I'm so intrigued actually MC punya kerja ni. So
Me too. So let me ask it.
Aku mau
much
tanya.
to learn.
Aku akan tanya, but kita akan berehat dulu. Ben, we're gonna take a short break.
I need water.
Of course. We'll be right back right after this. Untuk kamu memenangi kita punya
Special topic.
bucket hat ini yang diimport jauh daripada Jepun. Bolehlah komen di bawah. Komen apa saja di posting-posting kami. Ada beberapa saudara yang menang, begitu juga t-shirt dan sebagainya. Tapi ini paling trending sekarang sebab nak kira apa baju, apa seluar, dia tetap nggak masuk.
Tetap matching.
Betul. Jangan ke mana-mana. Kita akan kembali dengan band Uzair selepas ini.
Sabah ini rumah kita, mari semua baca sangka.
Selamat kembali ke siri kita Jaga Sabah. Welcome back. Kita masih lagi bersama dengan Ben Uzair. Kita terus direct sejak kali ini.
Yes, let's go.
Ben, saya mau tanya kau Ben. Berapa banyak? Jangan.
I think I have better question to ask.
Okay,
Saya lah.
Yes.
Sebab kita pun host. Kita kira host, tapi kita younger than him. But I don't know about you. But me,
Okay, bagus.
I started like really
Hormat orang tua.
recently.
Hormat orang tua. Bagus. saya menghadap di sini sekarang.
Saya rendah diri sekarang. So you've done a lot of events, from local to international events, and I notice macam kita ada tone, kita ada flow yang untuk setiap event. How do you do that? How do you adapt to each of the events? Dan of course tell us one of your probably yang challenging punya events.
Oh gosh, tone.
Is there such a thing?
Kau tidak cakap tone pun sedap.
There is.
Tone pun sedap.
Tone. So like weddings, it depends. So if it's a wedding with a lot of VIPs, then you cannot be like ho-ha.
Okay.
Yang 1, 2, 3 lundus. Can you imagine doing that in front of dignitaries and things like that?
So that you have to be solemn.
Yeah. So there's a solemn tone to such events. But of course, kesian lah kita punya bride and groom, because sometimes
dia orang mau fun-fun.
Yeah, dia orang mau fun-fun kan. Yeah. So it depends. If I am approached by the bride and groom directly and they are the ones that are paying my professional fees, then they dictate the evening. But majority of the times, a dato or a datin will be the one approaching me. They will never reveal themselves. Fees saya kasih that sort of thing. I'm like, no, I have a standard rate for everybody.
Alright,
I don't discriminate.
Oh, dato 20k.
No lah, higher lah. No lah, higher.
Jangan kau. Ada yang kenal my father atau my mom kan. Ben, you must know who I am because I am your father punya friend lah. Itulah inilah.
Minta diskaun. Minta diskaun tu.
Exactly. Tapi kita layan saja lah. It's
Apa boleh
okay.
buat
It's
lah.
okay. Yeah.
It's networking also kan.
Yeah, it's networking and it's always good. So yeah. But back to the tone. Kalau macam national events, if we are welcoming the Prime Minister, it depends. So I've emceed a few events with the Prime Minister as the guest of honor. Kalau conference, of course mesti solemn lah sedikit. International delegates takkan kita mau huha-huha macam it's a campaign ke apa-apa. And I just got back from Tawau, and then it's an outdoor event. The PMR. I always remember acronyms. I cannot even remember the whole name.
Okay.
So it's a program Madani Rakyat 2025 Tawau, and they go around the country. One is happening now in Johor, and then previously was in Sabah in Tawau.
Advocating and stuff.
Yeah, so it's more casual, it's more santai. So you have to be like, yeah, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian, mengumumkan kediman. So yeah, so the tone, if you're talking about that type of sense, then yeah, it mesti adapt lah. Mesti adapt, and you have to read the temperature of the room, the audience, who they are. You know, if they're dignitaries, then obviously you wanna put a serious tone to it. If it's a conference, there's a different style to it as well. Very professional, very corporate. You know, so and right now election is happening, and there are more and more events. Of course, we have to kasih up sikit lah, paham-paham lah.
Kau pernah macam read the wrong temperature of the room, lepas tu kau salah guna tone ke?
Oh gosh, I try not to think of those types of mistakes lah. Yeah.
Ada lah
Conferences are usually very, very serious, you know. But at the same time, when you notice like after hours and hours of you sitting down kan, the delegates kan diorang duduk saja kan, then diorang memang penat. So the MC has to play a role to liven up the situation again, kasih up diorang punya semangat ke apa-apa. So I do wellness checks. This is something that I do personally in between sessions.
How do you do it?
So I'll go on stage, ladies and gentlemen. I like to just do a wellness check. I'll say, is everyone okay? If you're okay, please show up. Please show your thumbs up, and usually in international conference, you wanna make sure that you put some Sabahan flavor to it. Right? So if you call it thumbs up, we in Sabah we call it poinka. Right? So since we need to stretch, why not everybody just stand up?
And they follow.
Everybody follow.
Since you're the master of the ceremony,
I am the master of the ceremony. You don't demand someone to do something; you request to do something. Yeah. So can I please have everybody? So please, thank you. Excuse me. These are the most 3 magical words an MC can use. But I always use please. I always use thank you so much a lot. So I'll ask them to stand up. And then so go ahead and just stretch your legs. Put your weight to the left. Put your weight to the right. And then why not you stretch your arms a little bit? You know, why not you fly like an eagle? Oh, by the way, these are the basic steps to the dance of our local culture called the Sumazao. Yeah. And then we'll dance the Sumazao. Pasang music.
That's how you segue.
Yes. So
and semua pun bangun, energize balik.
Yes, and they get energized. And the most important part is you see everybody smiling. You know, so and you kill a lot of birds in one stone. You get them to relax in between sessions. You get them to wake up. You get them to stand, and you get to teach them a little bit about Sabah. So I think as an MC you have to play many roles in that. So, but most importantly in international conferences, I as an MC, you have to be an ambassador for your state. You have to represent kita punya culture, kita punya budaya. We cannot shock sendiri that sort of thing, but kita kena pandai lah, like you said lah. If we can identify that the room is already like macam very gloomy, that sort of thing. So bila bersesuaian, we have to get up. And I usually do that after lunch.
Selalu sudah kenyang, ngantuk,
I mean, we don't blame them. Kalau nasi sudah di perut tu, and then diorang tidak bergerak lagi, memanglah semua mau tidur.
Anaconda tidur.
So that's one of the few things that I try to do as an MC.
Wow, so cool, man. Program in between. Tapi the organizer okay with it?
Okay,
of course lah. Orang boleh fokus, right?
I'm very, very grateful that after so many years of doing MCing, that the organizers cakap, Ben, we've seen you in previous, previous shows or previous conventions, and so you do what you do. The moment dia kasih saya that creative
pandai-pandai
license, I'm like, I know what to do already.
Wow,
That's a
great,
trust license as
It
well.
is. It is. It is. And
100% kepercayaan.
and it's very, very important, because if you lose that trust with your clients, you'll never get future jobs. You'll never get, you'll never be where you are today. Kalau you tidak bina that trust, you bina that PR, not just with your clients but also with the audience. Because at the end of the day, those audience, mana tahu one of them can be a CEO one day. And that has happened to me. Dulu in conference, dulu they are just managers. Sekarang dia just CEO. Ben, you were there in one of the conference that I was sitting down, and I'm hiring you because you are very good. So you have to maintain lah. You punya personal branding, you have to maintain your quality, you have to maintain PR. That's also very important as well.
Talking about PR, maintaining your branding and all. What are your take about social media ni? Do you carry yourself in the social media, buat content, fikir pasal content?
So once upon a time,
saya buat tanya lah, but I know because I follow you.
So once upon a time, I used to make social media like everybody else, a place to just banter and rant.
We all do that, I guess.
Sikit tidak suka pasal sesuatu di luar sana, terus I will tulis. I will tulis. I was notorious of doing that until year 2017. I was invited by the federal government to be one of the ambassadors for the Transformasi Nasional 2050 under the previous Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib. And there were I think 3 ambassadors from Sabah. They had to keep quiet a little bit. But I think diorang pilih kan, maybe diorang cakap, "Weh, bising juga si Ben ni pasal kerajaan ni kan."
Bagus ambil dia.
Bagus ambil dia. So I don't know if that was a tactic, or perhaps they saw something in me. And I learned a lot about the government back then, because dulu masa saya bising-bising, saya betul-betul tidak tahu pasal government.
Yang kita tahu hantam saja.
So after that, talking to people in then KJ Khairi Jamaluddin was the Minister of Youth and Sports. He had a great team. Saya terkejut cara diorang cakap, cara diorang berbahasa Inggeris dengan saya. I'm like, wow, you don't sound like a government person, But he had a very youthful team, and we did a lot of work together. And I found new respect for people who work in government, the civil service especially. Kita selalu dengar yang counter ada 5 tempat duduk tapi 1 saja counter. We hear that all the time, and I'm beginning to think that these are just isolated cases, because I go to Queen Elizabeth Hospital. They have their issues and challenges, but they're functioning. They're good people who work there.
Efficient as well.
Efficient. I go to UTC. There's a lot of things that the federal government has done for us over the years. So macam daripada sana kan, from that Transformasi Nasional 2050, I learned a lot about how federal government worked. And then it's like, I'm a state MC, because I get more jobs with the state government. So with the different chief ministers that I went through this past 10 years, you see their visions. Sabah Maju Jaya is different. Masa Tan Sri Musa Aman Nautun was different. And Shafi Abdal, Datuk Sri, in between, also different. So, but the most important thing is we are progressing. I know we still have our issues, we still have our challenges, but I think things are much better 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
I agree. I was asking you about your social media. How do you carry yourself on social media? But I think it's related to what you were saying just now.
So when you understand things, and then you realize that the more responsibility that you carry as an MC, because you're also representing the government in a way. So you can zip up a little bit, and you have to kind of ini saya cakap ikhlas lah ya. You kind of have to help the government a little bit to macam kasih tutup sikit tu suara-suara sumbang, because there's this thing called media literacy, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of miscommunication out there. People macam sekarang issue pasal should I say the issue?
It's okay. Whatever issue lah.
So whatever issue lah. Okay, we don't have to talk about issues. But people will always blame the government first.
Betul.
Itu salah kerajaan, itu salah ini, and that's what a lot of people think, that everything is kerajaan. But the moment that you learn more about what the federal government is doing, the system, and the what kerajaan negeri can do, it's like ini bukan masalah kerajaan ini masalah lain lagi ni. So why are people fighting and ranting on social media without any knowledge about what government can and cannot do? So yang macam saya geram, in a way saya geram. And kadang-kadang kan yang macam gatal saya bertanggung cakap sesuatu.
Wanna type tapi delete balik.
So I've learned to restrain myself. You know, you betul-betul kena restrain myself. And I think it's not just myself that needs to do it. I think a lot of us Sabahans need to do it as well, because we complain too much. We complain too much, which is fine. It's a human, natural thing to do, especially with social media. And it's actually easier to do it without looking at the person's face of whoever that we are complaining to.
Yeah, it's fire and shoot away.
Yes, so fine and shoot away. But kadang-kadang itu pistol tu kita kena simpan di dalam poket lah. You know, sometimes we just have to take a deep breath and say, is this worth it for me to say it? You know, so macam because whatever that's said on social media, kau tidak boleh tarik balik.
Betul.
You know,
Betul.
kau cakap delete, but orang sudah screenshot and it's too late.
And then tiba-tiba it's on TV.
And also it's discouraging lah. I mean, as like for example the content creator itself, kalau dia orang terlampau, you know, there's a cyberbully and stuff and everything now. So it's discouraging juga and boleh menyebabkan benda yang dah bagus berlaku. It's scary, man. It happens.
It happens. And I think for myself as well, you're not on Facebook. And people usually rant on Facebook. Macam saya kan, I
Maci-maci rant di Facebook.
Maci-maci rant di Facebook, maci bawah semua kan. And for me kan, I don't really, I used to way back. Macam sekarang ni I don't really do that because macam I saw the repercussions happening to, you know, people that have jobs like MCing ke podcast ke. So macam nantilah, janganlah. Mau tulis sudah tapi delete lah.
I'm in the same boat as you, because there are individuals that I know are very, very loud on social media and then having a taste of their own
medicine.
Medicine. So and then they become, you know, they
settle down.
They settle down a little bit, you know. So sometimes, but the moral of the story is, before we put out something,
think dulu lah.
Yes.
And also I think not just because of them getting a, you know, the fruit out of it lah, but probably their own awareness juga. Dia punya sendiri. Because
that's why
aku banyak hantam orang dulu and all, tapi bila kau kenal orang kan, this is how it works. You know.
That's why in mental health, we talk about mental health all the time. One of the major things that we need to have awareness is mindfulness. Kamu orang Google lah mindfulness tu apa. If we have a little bit of that kan, and then kita mungkin boleh kawal diri kita sendiri. You know, it's like self-regulation during COVID. You know, kita boleh atur diri kita sendiri. But sometimes we get too emotional with things, and then ini yang bergerak.
There's nothing else to do. You cannot go out. On that, for MCs yang baru mau naik semua tu kan, I mean we're doing awareness and all that.
Yes.
So what's your macam nasihat lah untuk mereka lah?
If any of you who wants to MC, I would say do it. The same way that I started when I said no until that person had to you know, pujuk saya until I said yes. I would say if there's an opportunity, if you're good with words, if you love the microphone, if you betul-betul suka pegang microphone,
hearing your
just do it. You know, just do it. It can be a wedding, it can be a simple birthday party. You got to start somewhere, and believe me, someone will notice you. The same way that you know, because dulu saya actually masa di rooftop saya memang pun saya MC, but I don't consider myself as a professional MC at that time. I'm just a host because I used to be in hospitality, right? So when I was in hospitality, it's common for me to say, "Hey, welcome to my home. I'm so happy to see all of you, and here's what we're going to do over the next 60 minutes." So daripada sana, you macam it's natural. It's natural for me to just welcome everybody to a space. And tell them what's happening, and just requesting everybody to have a good time. The same way that I was a hotelier before, when I was in the lobby just talking to guests and just say, please enjoy your stay. Anything that you need, just let us know, we're here.
And everything is just an extended version of that.
Yeah.
Wow, simple.
Suara si Ben ni kan kau macam dengar kalau tu mata macam kau dengar di radio macam suara-suara yang industrial radio punya presenter. I like it very much. Seriously.
I really miss radio. I used to be a radio announcer for.
I'm gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that later. Kita akan take a short break. Saya mau tanya pasal VO ke whatever job yang dia pernah dapat. Kita akan take a break sekarang ini kerana kita akan kembali dengan mengumumkan cara anda untuk bagaimana menang bucket hat yang padu design dari producer kami ni. Look at that. Kita jaga Sabah. Siapa mau jaga lagi buat kita kan?
Itulah tu. You cannot find this thing anywhere else. Sini saja ni. Jadi komen lah bagus-bagus di bawah.
Komen bagus-bagus. Jangan tamah-tamah.
Jangan tamah-tamah. Kami
Sudahlah.
ni baik-baik.
Janganlah
bah.
Yang ke mana kita kembali selepas ini.
Sabah ini rumah kita, mari semua baca sangka.
Selamat kembali ke Kita Jaga Sabah. Ya, kami terus potong kami punya producer tadi. Kita masih lagi bersama dengan the famous MC here in Sabah and sa enteronya. Ben Uzair.
Yeah, man, the man himself, the legend himself.
Ya, dato dia.
Enteronya.
Sa enteronya. Ben, kau pernah stuck cakap ke? Macam tersalah sebut.
I do.
Yeah?
I do. Even after 10 years, right? Saya masih gagap-gagap because it's the fear. Serious. I am not kidding you. I masih gagap-gagap juga. If you notice kan, because I do a lot of videos now because I do these videos because clients want to see. I'm getting some jobs from KL also, and when you get clients from KL, they'll always ask for videos. And if you listen to those videos, profile and things like that. And if you notice in some of those videos, kan, saya punya videographer pandai tu kasih selit-selit yang saya tergagap cakap, kenapa ba kopi kasih letak saya? But then I realized kan, it's okay to have that little kesilapan ke apa because I'm only human. I'm not AI. I'm not robot. But yes, I still have that gagap-gagap. I think sometimes I'm not confident on stage ataupun kadang-kadang I'm overthinking. I'm only human, you know. So jangan kita tersasul cakap salah nama orang sudah. Itu memang that your career will be gone forever.
It's people's names.
Terutama kalau dapatkan yang Datu kan yang dua bini dia. Wow.
Itu belum lagi.
Macam mana kau mau umum tu?
Kan? Oh god. Siapa duluan?
RM50 atau kata-kata?
Oh gosh. Kata-kata lah.
Alright. Yes, selamat
Selamat 50
Apa kata-katamu Ben? Silakan Ben.
Silakan.
I had to write it down.
No problem. Oh, kau ready ya?
Saya ready sudah because kena apa sudah tu kan. Okay, so saya punya kata-kata ialah jangan jadi side mirror, nampak saja dekat tapi jauh dari kenyataan.
Padu Jo.
Oh gosh.
Kurang asam produser kami lah. Satu botak, 3 botak lagi kuat lagi daripada satu botak. Anyway, that's a good one actually. Let me just ask you. Kau dulu you was in US, right? You were in US.
I was there for 13 years.
13 years. What were you doing there?
Years. So I went to the States because I was under a US program that allowed me to work for 18 months in the hospitality industry because prior to that I was in Switzerland. I did a 2-year diploma program and the requirements to graduate was the final year you must intern outside of Switzerland. So I did my first internship there in Geneva, and the second one I'm like, mana mau intern ni ya, takkan mau balik pergi Malaysia. I still have a lot in me that I'm like I need to find opportunities there. Kira mau pergi Amsterdam because ada offer, but I don't speak Dutch, so they really like last minute yang macam kami tarik balik lah to offer letter kau tidak cakap Dutch. So the next best thing is to go to the States, and I ended up being there in Nashville for 18 months, and then after 18 months I love the city very much. I really like the city. It's like KK, tidak ramai orang tahu, tidak ramai orang melawat, but the people are nice, southern hospitality, that sort of thing. So I grew in love with the city, and I was like, okay, let's just continue my degree here. Discuss with my parents and all of that stuff. And then
what was your degree again?
So right now I hold a bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in management. So I wanted to take a hospitality degree, but I'm like, I don't think I'll be in hospitality throughout my life. So you want to keep your options open and make it just a general degree that you you can use it.
Which is business admin lah.
That was like 30 years ago. Look at me now. I'm not even in industry, right? So you're macam, oh my gosh.
Wow.
But I loved it very much. Studied, and then I had a work opportunity there until my final visa was the H1B visa, which is very, very difficult to get. It's a professional visa that a lot of nationals from India and also another country. It's more for tech. But I got a slot in just for hospitality to be able to work there for another 3.5 years. So I came back. I came back to Malaysia in 2011. So I've been here ever since. Actually, speaking about this, I just reunited with my boss who came to Singapore for the very first time. She's never traveled out in Southeast Asia. She's a British national, but she is of Indian descent, and she has lived in the States but never visited Southeast Asia. A few months ago, I got a call from her. Ben, I'm coming down to your region. Where? I'll fly. I'm coming down to Singapore. Alah, senang saja.
One flight away.
So one flight away. So I was like, I went to see her. We were together for the whole day, just talking and laughing and crying as well. So it was a good catch up lah.
Wow.
Yeah, very, very good catch up.
Wow. So, is she still in the line? Ataupun?
She's now the managing director of the company that owns the hotel.
Okay.
Wow. Dulu I was the housekeeping manager. She was the rooms executive, which is my boss lah, my immediate boss at that time. So, throughout the past 15 years, she's climbed the rank, and now she's the managing director. I'm so proud of her.
Wow,
tapi apa dia cakap, tengok orang dia bilang, kau dah sudah in this line. So
no, I mean we look at each other punya updates on social media. She's doing a lot of things in the community,
and she likes it,
and she loves it. And she's also noticing that I've been doing a lot of things
and you
in
like
my
it too.
state, and I love it. So those are the aspirations that we share. How do we continue this? How do we create an impact? It's not just hospitality per se. We also exist because of a bigger calling, if you will.
Betul.
So that's the apa. And we realize we're also aging kan. Dia pun ada anak sudah. So it's like ada sedikit macam rasa resah lah di sana juga.
makin berumur lagi tu kan.
Makin umur and that sort of thing. So but the energy is still there.
Ben, I want to ask you, kalau macam di Sabah ni lah kan, banyak orang terjun pergi MC punya scene ni because of belajar sendiri. Ada yang tiada kena guide, ada yang dia stagnant di situ, yang dikawin saja dia buat, di birthday saja dia buat, yang di DJ di mall saja dia buat. What do you think yang kita lack of di Sabah ni? What do you think yang probably apa yang kita perlu di Sabah ni?
Apa yang kurang lah kan?
Pendedahan. I think pendedahan is something that we really, really need in Sabah. And I think that's why we're experiencing brain drain, which is all of our youths going out away from our states to get employed in other higher paying jobs or opportunities that are not available here. So mungkin kita perlu pendedahan, kita perlu banyak opportunity di sini. That's why with all the industry, if we talk about SMJ, right? SMJ focuses on agriculture, tourism, and also perindustrian. I don't think 5 years is enough to show the fruits of their labor. We need more time.
And I agree.
I'm hoping that these three sectors will be flourishing. That way we can create more jobs here in Sabah.
Macam pendedahan.
Macam perindustrian lah. For instance kan, sekarang kita dengar KKIP penuh sudah. So now we have to so kena extend lah. I hear macam Kota Belud pun mau ada industrial park, which is good. We have enough land di sini. It's just a matter of macam mana kita mau expand itu land. So if we want to be like Johor, we can, but it requires more time. Johor pun berapa lama diorang start kan dulu dari sudut perindustrian. So we want to keep those jobs in here. So we are not able to keep those jobs until we have these investors, the private sector, make Sabah their home, make Sabah their base. Then we can provide these jobs. That is just one of many examples. So that kalau dari sudut MC, to me lah, to me, I feel and I think that the pie is still large enough here.
Okay.
Orang akan tetap berpesta, orang akan tetap kahwin, orang akan tetap akan rasmi itu, rasmi ini, conference itu, conference ini.
Launching sana, launching sini,
it's
makan
just-
sana,
yes.
makan sini.
It's just a matter of putting your name sahaja, you know. And it all starts with right now social media. It's the best marketing tool that you have right now. Post lah video, post lah sesuatu pasal MCing. Macam I have this one lady who just started being an MC and she MC'd her first wedding, and she just asked me a question, like, because we have this group, right? It's MCing group. So masing-masing kami buang lah apa-apa opportunity di sana. Oh, kamu orang mau MC kan ni? Sekian budget, sekian tempat, sekian masa, sekian tarik, la 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 la. So I think she is one of those individuals that caught one of those opportunities from there, and she asked me, Ben, I adore you, la 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 la. I have this question, da, 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 da. So I bagi saya lah, I suka kasih ilmu.
Okay.
Saya ikut cakap arwah Dato' Mahathir Lokman, a person that I respect and adore so much, and I've learned a lot from him. And one of the many saya mau sebak. One of the many advices that he gave us all, whoever that attended that class in KK many years back. Kalau ada ilmu, kongsi saja. Kau punya nasi tidak akan kurang kalau kau kasih kongsi rezeki. In his thick Sabahan accent,
Okay. Yeah.
Because
He can,
used
he
to
can.
live in Sabah
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. And a person I adore so much. So until this very day, kalau orang tanya saya pasal MC ke apa, saya kasih saja. Ben, boleh ke kongsi skrip ke apa? Saya kasih saja.
Oh, see.
Producer pun pernah tanya skrip. Skrip saya. Saya kasih saja. Saya kasih saja because I always believe that if you give a piece of yourself out there, something good will come back. You know, and I am experiencing that because kita kena bersedekah selalu. Sedekah ni bukan dari sudut
Duit.
keuangan
Ya,
atau
keuangan
duit
saja.
sahaja.
Ilmu.
Ramai yang lupa sedekah tu boleh diberikan dalam bentuk ilmu. Pengetahuan. So that is what I can afford now. I can give ilmu to people. So I do that a lot. And this one lady pun dia minta tolong. I just bagi, and then she had a very successful event.
Wow.
And that's one of many ways that I help as an otai lah. You know, saya belum lagi jadi GOAT, I'm not a goat yet.
Still a long way to go.
Still a long way to go. Not the likes of Datuk Gan Potiao or the late Datuk Mahathir Lokman.
legends.
This is Datuk Gan is someone that I look up to. I think a lot of the otai MCs they remember Datuk Gan very
Of
well.
course.
His sense of humor, his grace, his class. You know.
Yeah.
So
Good friend.
yeah. So I hope he's well. If he's watching,
Yeah, Datuk
Uncle
Gan.
Gan, I love you very much,
Yes,
and
yes.
we love you. We adore
we love you.
Yeah. So yeah. Basically that.
Talking about Datuk Gan and everything, and I worked with him so many times because I was doing the flow managing and stuff last time. So you, not to say, I mean, yeah, idolize and sebagai reference Datuk Gan. Do you have any other macam locally ataupun Malaysia atau di Sabah ataupun probably international
Idola MC lah.
yang kau reference with
yeah. So I've been I've been so occupied with work, right?
Okay.
That I still look up to two individuals that when I started my career, Dato' Mahathir Lokman, which I adore since I
Amazing.
was a child.
Amazing.
I am one of those kids yang remember sebelum Astro kita TV
Yeah.
1, TV 2,
Yeah.
maybe
Of
TV
course.
3 kalau
Yeah.
kita
Kasih goyang-goyang sikit tu.
goyang-goyang sikit
Antena.
dapat lagu
Itu
apa.
tulang.
Yeah. And I will sit at the front of the TV at 8:30 at night, and bila ada citra warna
Okay.
ataupun apa ni
Hiburan minggu ini, whatever.
tilawah Al-Quran,
Okay.
and I will only listen to him. Ataupun Hari Kebangsaan.
Hari Kebangsaan
I
confirm
will
dia.
wake up early in the
Yeah.
morning. My parents will be sleeping because they are cuti. I'll be the one yang semangat betul.
Okay.
Itu yang saya mau tengok. Bukan kartun, bukan itu yang saya mau tengok. You know, I just want to listen to protocol.
I see.
Olympics. I love listening to the announcers and symbolism. There's so many symbolisms in that. But Dato' Mahathir Lokman is a person that I look up to since I was a child.
and speak many languages, kan?
Yeah, he can speak in many languages. I can only speak French apart from Malay and English, but Dato Made can speak Italian, German,
Chinese, Japanese, yeah.
and everything. And he can sing. I can't
Yeah.
sing. I sang Happy Birthday to one of the chief ministers before.
Did it turn out well?
It turned out well.
Okay.
Tidak hujan. Itu
Okay.
tidak hujan.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Who else?
So Datuk Gan, when I started
yes.
emceeing the first 2 years, then of course you see Datuk Gan still active during that time. I look up to him. I really, really do. I think these two people are like my gold standard lah. Gold standard when it comes to emceeing. And then there are many, many friends in the industry that you can share, that I can macam, learn something from. I learn a lot from Sobira Gulabdin,
Obi.
who is Obi, who is I would say the pick. The MC pick for internal government events.
Yes.
Selalu,
She's good.
Yeah, she's very, very good, and I learned so much from her. And if I needed someone to confide in, I'll see her. And then you have someone like Xaviera, national broadcaster, and for the and a host, TV host, and she has her own flair. For the very first time, I was able to couple with her, pair up with her, partner with her in the Tawau event. So
How was it?
it was very good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was very good. I let her lead that event. Saya betul-betul tidak berani because she's in her turf. Saya tidak mau yang
Dia
jenis
dengan laptop dia
pandai-pandai.
kan?
Yeah, dia dengan laptop dia. But we were told not to use the laptop, so we have our screens lah,
Okay.
our tablets di sana,
Okay.
because nanti kalau laptop
Terlalu besar,
terlalu besar, it looks very awkward. But that's why digitalization. Remember dulu zaman dulu semua guna kertas
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I cannot do that anymore. Dulu I'm a traditionalist. I need to
Cue card,
have my
cue card.
paper and cue cards. Yes. Sekarang tidak boleh because terlalu banyak perubahan,
Yeah,
terlalu banyak changes.
Yep.
Tiba-tiba Jabatan Istiadat Protokol masuk. Oh, kena tambah nama, kena itu ini.
Oh my
I
God.
don't want to scribble my pages anymore. So
Yeah.
I invested. I invested in an
Get a
iPad,
tab, an iPad.
and it's very, very easy.
Yeah. Kau ada pen kah? Yang pen, the stylus also got lah.
I don't use the stylus
Okay.
lah. Yeah, just type everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But to answer your question, those two lah, gold standards, and then I look up to Sobira Gulabdin and also Xaviera.
Wow.
Yeah, and there are many great MCs out there. Believe me, macam orang-orang di daerah macam Khairul Anwar, kita ada Cik
Khairul Anwar,
Muazzar,
very good,
kita
yes.
ada Jason Jonathan, who travels to KL a lot.
Baki Zainal.
Baki Zainal, good friend of mine as well, and he loves diving.
Yep.
You've
Yeah.
interviewed him.
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
So these are individuals that I keep close touch with, and also get to know diorang punya perkembangan and updates. Yeah.
Before we go for your harapan you tentang Sabah dan mungkin dunia MC dan sebagainya ni, I would like to ask you, how do you feel like, of course there's always a space to gain more knowledge and everything kan?
Yeah.
Mesti ada, tapi what is the next thing you want to do? For example, macam you want to go any other bidang di dalam bidang ini, or go further? What next for you in this
Gosh.
ini using vocal and stuff ni?
So 2 years ago, I decided that I wanted to do corporate training. So I think I shared this with you in a previous interview that
Okay.
I got my certification to become a corporate trainer
Okay.
under HRD Corp,
Right.
which is a great program, by the way. If there are any professionals who are watching right now, and if you feel like you are very bosan with your work, training should be one of those things that you should dive into. Kita mau pembangunan modal insan right now,
Betul,
right?
betul.
Pembangunan modal insan, and truthfully, in Sabah, we need more professional Sabahan trainers. Can you imagine a lot of our training programs kan? I would say like maybe 50-60% trainers dari KL, okay?
Yep.
And no offense, they are great. They have great experience and
Why is
things
it
like that.
Because kita tiada.
Because kita tidak ada. Did you know that in Malaysia we have the lowest number of professional trainers?
Okay.
So to have HRD Corp, and they also have an office now in Sabah, and to have this certification available, you name it. I have people who are training in all sorts of things, ISOs, OSHA. You can train soft skills communication etiquette, which is something that I'm doing right now.
Right.
So name it. If you are a teacher and ada satu bidang yang you betul-betul mau belajar ke apa, yang you suka, yang you passionate lah, and you passionate that you want to teach to corporate punya people, hey, you can use that certification and the company can just utilize their own punya fund and settle your professional fees that way. So it's a great program from the federal government lah.
So you want to do that? You want to go?
I want to do that. I want to do that. I'm actually doing it now, slowly but surely. And I've been very active doing it in 2023 and 2024. This year belum ada chance lagi mau train, but I've been doing a lot of talks as well.
How about MC workshop? Sebab saya mau join ni, saya mau enlist.
I will. This is one of the most requested things.
Yeah,
yes, I will do an MC workshop soon. Belum ada tarikh lagi. It all depends on my schedule macam mana.
2027 boleh, 2030 boleh.
No. I won't wait that long. But I promise you that you will know in advance. I'm very active on my social media. Please follow my Instagram and also Facebook.
Ben Uzair, huh?
Yes, ben.uzair on Instagram. I am short by 120 followers before I reach 10,000 followers. So,
I think I follow you around 4,000 last time. Now that's great.
I mean, this is years and years of work. You know, we want to grow organically. We don't buy followers.
No lah.
Buy.
So kami producer dia nak buat kau no ba? Producer kita dia mau buat kelas kan MC dia mau share. Dia nak mau share. Anyway, okay, Ben, let's go to this one. Last but not least, we would like to ask you.
Yes.
Sebagai Sabahan lah, pure Sabahan yang kita cinta Sabah kita ni, dan itu juga movement yang kita mau cuba share to everybody. In your line lah, this MC and stuff. Apa harapan kau tu? Macam mana cakap apa?
Apa harapan kamu sebagai seorang MC di Sabah ni lah? For the future generation lah.
Okay. Dah cukup kuat tu. Macam mau bagi satu yang jargon yang lebih padu lah. Tapi ya lah.
I faham you.
Kau faham kan? Kau faham right? Okay. Carry on.
See, an interviewer understands us. Yeah.
Betul.
But stage is yours.
Keep contributing. I know Sabah banyak opportunity untuk kita kembang, lebih jaya dan maju. We have many issues right now. We won't go into it. We read it on social media all the time. Things are very negative right now, which saddens me. But have we ever asked ourselves that there is a little portion or little piece of our heart that we can put into to make Sabah better, maju dan jaya? So that's one of the things that I'm always close with people, especially yang kami ni yang sudah pernah keluar daripada Sabah dan masuk balik. We all and any individuals who share my experience, they will always ask this question: what can you do for our state? What can you do for Sabah? That's one. Number two is I'll just ask you a rhetoric question.
Okay.
Pernah kamu orang tahu kah kenapa kita ketuk gong 7 kali untuk perasmian ke apa? You know? Do you know why?
I genuinely don't know.
So there's a lot of theories over here. I just recently read that in Daily Express, written by the late Tan Sri Herman Luping, and he said that it's because of the 7 brothers of Kinoingan and Simundu, the Mother Earth and also the Creator. And these 7 brothers are the people who meluaskan the gagasan of the Kadazan Dusun people, that sort of thing. That's one theory. Another theory is because of the 7 major rivers that are available in Sabah. And another theory is because of the 7 sacred directions: north, south, east, west, above, below, and within. So at the end of the day kan, kalau kita mau jaga Sabah, we have to look from within, you know. We cannot menunding jari ke hadapan. We cannot tengok benda dari belakang. We cannot look at other directions, but we have to find from within. What can we do to contribute? Walau sekecil manapun, you know. So that's why the number 7 has always been sacred. And setiap kali kalau saya umumkan kita akan ketuk gong 7 kali, I will make sure that, you know, I will remember that. It's impactful. And actually, I will be mentioning that when I MC the opening ceremony of the Malaysian International Koko, because there's going to be a very expanded gimmick. And I thought that, okay, we have to include why kita suruh kita punya guest of honor ketuk tu gong 7 kali. So we have to ask that question every day. What can we do for Sabah? What can we contribute? And if we are able to do something small, even in my case as an MC, trainer, gym owner, serba sedikit tu saja pun saya cukup puas hati sudah. If I can do more, I'll do more with whatever resources that I have. So I hope that it's just myself. Kalau ada 10 orang, 20 orang, 100, 1000 orang yang buat benda yang saya buat ni, can you imagine what Sabah can become?
Wow, look at that.
So
like
believe in the small ripples, it will turn it into waves.
Wow. A tsunami even.
A tsunami even, but not a destructive one.
Yeah.
I remember macam Johan cakap kan, dia bilang not what Sabah can do for you, but what you as a Sabahan can do for Sabah.
Sabah, yes, exactly. The famous words of JFK.
Yep. Correct. Wow. Dia dengan dia punya knowledge and everything, I was amazed with this session today.
I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Ben.
No problem.
It's always been like
Thank
macam
you, Kado.
every time ada session, it was new and I like it. It's like
I know.
Yeah.
This is like how many sessions? Tapi every time, it's so easy with you.
Yeah.
It's so easy to absorb any inspiration and information. From
No, it's because of you guys asking the right questions. I think you both as podcasters and also the voice of Kita Jaga Sabah, sitting down with major individuals and correcting, if that's even
Correct.
with your tone, with your smiles, with your so you're contributing in one shape or form. So please continue to do that. We need more of that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you to our producer as well, to our team lah.
Yeah, man.
So thank you so much for your time, Ben.
Thank you, Kado. Thank you, Kenny.
We would like to have you again for sure in the future. It's not just talk in podcast lah. In kedai koko also can lah.
Yeah, definitely.
Why not, right?
We'll see you there.
Yeah. Sampai di sini saja. Tapi kita ada pengumuman. Mungkin ada pemenang sudah kita. Belum ada pemenang. Ada pemenang. Okay, belum ada pemenang. Tapi untuk kamu menang, untuk kamu menang topi yang saya sudah banyak kali pakai di social media kami ni. Sebab saya saja mau kasih kamu. Ada yang tanya, kamu jualkan tak? Kita jualkan tak ni? Ada yang tanya, tidak jual lah. Kamu komen siapa dapat. Datuk Rino sebenarnya tanya. Dia mau beli banyak tu malam.
Iya kah?
Ya. Kamu jual kayak ini. So kau bilang jangan jual. So yes, how to get this, kamu komen siapa apa. Dan makluman kamu juga semua. The podcast culture ni a little bit different, okay? I need to advocate you guys. Podcast culture ni is a little bit different. Dia bukan wawancara. Memang ada potong-potong. Sebab dia macam duduk di kedai kopi. So ada banyak bercerita begitulah. Banyak terpotong-potong lah. Tapi memang begitu culture dia. So kamu kena understand. Don't worry, akan ada banyak lagi podcast yang akan muncul ni. So kamu akan komen benda yang sama. Tapi once kamu dapat the level of yang sebenar-benarnya, kamu akan faham macam mana lah.
Yeah, you get it. You get it. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And also how to get one of this, and also how to get yang orang bilang within kita tu. Kamu kena jaga Sabah lah. Jaga Sabah ni macam mana kamu jaga diri kamu, begitu juga kamu jaga Sabah. Sebab kalau bukan jaga orang Sabah yang jaga Sabah, takkan orang Semenanjung ke Sabah kan? Betul. Ataupun dari Sarawak jaga Sabah, kena sendiri yang jaga. Betul. Yalah, betul lah, correct, right.
Lepas tu komen lah supaya kamu boleh jaga kepala kamu.
Kau jangan menyindir, Ben. Okay.
Itulah.
Jadi podcast ini adalah Kita Jaga Sabah. Ini adalah baru kita mau cari city di mana. Saya ada pin juga. Kita Jaga Sabah ni, kita bangkit ni satu gerakan atau movement yang menyatu padukan rakyat Sabah, tidak kira usia, agama serta bangsa.
Yes, the KCS podcast memberi fokus kepada knowledge based lifestyle dengan penerapan informasi strategik secara santai terhadap rasa cinta kita kepada Sabah, negeri kesayangan semua.
Yep. You kenali kami semua di seluruh social media kami. Saya Ricardo.
Saya Kenny.
Dan saya Ben Uzair.
Kami dari sini Kita Jaga Sabah, kita bangkit. Kau mana tu kan ni?
Kita bangkit.
Once again, kita betul-betul bagus.
Okay, let's go.
Kita Jaga Sabah,
kita bangkit.
Assalamualaikum.
Kita jaga Sabah, kita bangkit.